My name is John, KJ John. I'm with an NGO called OMSI. But really, I'm going to speak from my experience of 30 plus years in the government of Malaysia. As much as we are making progress, as a citizen who has served this country and have since written about all the experiences, I think we are not doing enough. Not criticism of anybody, you're doing the right things, but not fast enough. What do I mean? I see us as people on the Titanic headed toward the iceberg. We have all seen the iceberg since 2008. But as Malaysians, we're just screaming and, rearranging furniture on the Titanic still. I'm not trying to be hopeless. I have a lot of hope, and some of you know that. But let me make the point very clear. What I will use is, we have a lot of problems with institutional corruption. What do I mean by institutional? It's structural. It goes beyond what we see. So you can fix all the laws we want. We're just rearranging furniture on the Titanic. Because when there is a political intent, as in the case of what YB Hana said, there's a political intent on the part of the chief executive administrative officer, which is state secretary, to hide something, it'll be hidden. And in fact, I sent my congratulatory note to Datuk Paul Lau when he first took office. I say, if I'm a DG in PM's office, I'll make you run around the block 7 times. I hope he understood what I meant. I think he's still running around blocks, okay? Now, how do we address this problem? It's real. The problem is real, is what I'm trying to say. But how do we address it? Take the example of one MD, and I'm just raising questions. I don't do any investigative research. I just reflect on what's happening and then try and interpret and give meaning to it. Take one MD. Was the paper to set up one MD tabled in cabinet? That's my question. And I'm asking this to anybody who bothers to listen and answer. Let me propose that it was never tabled to cabinet. Now, what does that mean? To table a paper to cabinet, you have to write a cabinet paper. It's a document which has to be circulated to all ministries, which then gets response from all ministries who say we support this and move forward. As of my last 5 years in government, or last 10 years in government, I noticed that the government developed this new model of working where they don't write cabinet papers, but they put up what's called nota cabinet. And usually it's put up by the Prime Minister in his capacity as Finance Minister. So I would propose that possibly the one MD was created as under a nota cabinet, which is why no civil servant knows anything about it. It is set up, and because the Minister of Finance is also the Prime Minister, nobody really questions it, including the Minister of Finance, Ministry of Finance, because, except maybe Minister of Finance too, who might know what's happening. So what have we done? We're making policies at the highest level and seeking to execute them with no knowledge of cabinet. That's what I'm proposing. So if you ask the MCA ministers or MIC ministers or even the Sabah Sarawak ministers what's happening, with due respect, they know nothing that's happening. And this model has continued. I've written about it, but it's time that we bell the cat. If the Cabinet of Malaysia cannot make an executive decision which involves a consensus of equal partners, primus inter pares, then it's not a cabinet decision. It's just a nota. And usually, in my time, the nota cabinet was used to inform on progress of things. So let me put that as the issue for us to consider. Please consider that seriously. Thank you very much.